Okay, hey guys. So I'm mapping one for friend today. We got a new bucket, but what we're going to do is we're going to soak it for about an hour and then I'll pull it out. So yeah, I'll be right back. So this horn wrap was a Latigo. It wasn't your traditional material Latigo. I think it was a maybe a harness leather. Harness leather, sorry. So I'm just going to treat it like I would your hair. So we're going to get some water in that. Then I'll this hood up and put some in the water. Okay, I'm going to place you guys here and hopefully you can see well. Okay, so now we have that in there. I'm gonna place it up somewhere and then give it like an hour and then I'll pull it out so it can dry. Because the main thing is when you put this on, you don't want it to be slopping, soaking wet, but you want it to kind of be damp. This does help give it some traction. It helps mold to your horn a little better. It will help it and it will help it like compress a little bit more because the fibers aren't straining as much. So it's just right here. I was gonna get it underneath nice and wet, and then I'll set an hour timer. And I'll show you the footage of when I did that, or I'll just cut and paste. Okay, see you guys in an hour. Okay, so I checked on this a few minutes after I put it in. It was good, so now I'm just giving it I'm gonna give it like 15, 20, 30 minutes maybe to just dry off some of this dripping water. As you can see, I got it in a great spot where it will get some direct sunlight on it. And yeah, I'll open you guys back while I'm staying up to get everything ready. Welcome back. So, we got a little bit of a project today. I'm wrapping this saddle for a friend. This was a Latigo, but I don't think it's Latigo leather. It might be a harness leather. So I have this slit, and he's right-handed, so we're gonna wrap it clockwise. Because you wrap it the opposite way that you deli. I always like this little nub on the front of the horn wrap to be facing forward. This is just one way to wrap this. We're gonna stick that forward, pull that through. Nice and tight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knife, stick it under this way. I'm gonna cut this slit just a little bit longer. So what I like to do is I like to come around up top to cover the horn cap on the second wrap. And what I'll do, and with these type of horns, it's not super fun to do it this way, but it is possible. I just realized I was tapping that backwards for a second. And you want it as tight as possible on the first go. And so these did kind of fall, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just work each wrap. I'm going to, no, I did let these fall, so I'm just going to go to fixing this. And so this is more than likely going to be used under rubber, which leather makes a great base for rubber. But what you see is almost small horns compared to bigger horns. So if like you're riding a Texan rig, you'll see this a little more. You'll see this, it won't go on top of the horn cap very much. But what you want to do is you kind of want to create a lip at the bottom. And that makes it so your rope won't get stuck under there, which can really lead to a big back. And now I'm just going to walk it back through the slit on the back. So, like that. And then pull it tight. And I'm just going to get this edge of my hand. And now I'll get the tie string. I'm gonna tie a loop in it. Got my hammer. All I'm going to do is just put a both hitch in it, my hammer in, get it tight, and then just start working it around. Or another way you can do it is, that way doesn't always work great, so another way you can do it is going to be now all I do there is I put a small loop in. And then just gonna start working this around to get it nice and tight. Now, problem you might run into with these is these little bit of wider ones don't always want to get a good lip at the bottom. If that happens, you sometimes have to go back down and fix that. So that's what I'm going to do, just so I have a better job I'm doing. So something that you could always try, you usually would do this with sash strings, is you can take your tie string, stick it underneath one side, the side of your notch that you're gonna stick it through. Then what I'll do is I'll stick it through, and now we'll get to hand tightening it. Get it real nice and tight, and then so there's an actual name for a tool. So the actual tool like this would be like a leather ladder with a hole in it and like an old broom or hammer handle. The actual name of it's called Chinaman. I'm how to make that. Don't come at me. But if you don't have that, something you can always do is do it like how I am. There we go. I'm gonna leave my tail kind of long, but something you can always do is, what I'll do is, you can put some deli milks into it. So that's what I'll do. So you're just gonna toss it out. Toss out, deli, and then so all I do is I stuck the tail under my leg so I have tension. And what it's doing is it's going to groove you at the base, so your downy will take a little bit, because usually what will happen is it's going to be thicker at the base with your downy wrap after you wrap it with leather, because your leather needs to go up and then back down, so it's going to be just naturally thicker. So if you do this, it can help make it so your downy isn't slipping up every time. So another thing you can do is hold your hand down low, and it will help keep your downy milk low. So now that I got that bottom one kind of good, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into doing a top one. Awesome. Which this top one you can see really wants to get this, so I'm just going to So now I'm going to toss out. I'm gonna stick it out. Yeah. That's it. This is the end result. Here's the end result. Sorry, my camera's a little bit weird lined up. You can see right here. If you can see that, I got that. I'm gonna leave this long for the guy, because I don't know if he wants it long. What you can do if you like it long to secure it is you can punch a hole, put it into your fork screw. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this type of video.